Thank you so much for having me here today for this interview. I'm going to be answering the series of questions that I have before me. The first question states, what drew you to the early childhood profession? Well, my journey into the early childhood profession began with a deep-rooted passion for nurturing young minds and witnessing their remarkable growth. From a young age, I was captivated by the way children explore their environment with curiosity and joy. I remember volunteering at local preschools where I first saw the transformative power of education. It was inspiring to watch children engage in activities that sparked their imaginations and fostered creativity. Um, I never felt that when I was in school, so I wanted to be one of those educating leaders. What truly drew me to this field is understanding that early experiences shape a child's future too. Research constantly shows that the first few years of life are critical for a child's cognitive, social, and emotional development. I wanted to be a part of that formative process, helping children build a strong foundation for lifelong learning. I believe that every child deserves access to high quality education, and I'm committed to creating a nurturing environment where they can thrive. Additionally, like my personal experiences have influenced my commitment to this profession. I have seen how supportive educators can make a difference in a child's life, especially for those facing challenges. I personally went to take RBT courses so that I can understand children with behavioral needs. So I'm also a registered behavioral therapist. I want to be that positive influence for my students, providing them with the resources and encouragement they need to succeed. Um, Ultimately, like my ending goal is to empower young learners to instill love for learning and supporting their individual journeys. The second question says, what do you consider to be your chief responsibilities as an early childhood professional? Well, as an early childhood professional, my chief responsibilities encompass creating a safe, engaging, and inclusive learning environment that promotes the holistic development of each child. First and foremost, ensuring the safety and well being of children is a paramount. This involves not only physical safety but also emotional security. I strive to create a space where children feel valued, respected, confident to express themselves. Sometimes the world is already a bad enough place, um, and they're always going to be told no outside, so I want this to be a safe space for them. Another critical responsibility is fostering positive relationships with both children and their families. Building trust and open communication with their families is essential for effective collaboration. I recognize that parents are a child's first teachers, and involving them in their education process enhances their child's learning experience. I make it a priority to engage families through regular updates, parent-teacher conferences, and family events, and helping them feel connected to the classroom. I use a lot of resources, not just digitally. I also bring them inside of my classroom to engage with their children, and to be involved with the school community. In addition to these responsibilities, I'm committed to implementing developmentally appropriate practices. This means tailoring my teaching strategies to meet the diverse needs of each child, providing them with opportunities for exploration and hands-on learning. My school right now incorporates PBL, which is project-based learning, and I love that because it makes sure that I encompass all children of different learning needs. I also focus on promoting social emotional skills, helping children to learn to navigate friendships, resolve conflicts, and express their feelings. Furthermore, I view myself as an advocate for children and families, working to connect them with resources and support. This advocacy aligns closely with NACE Standard 6, which emphasizes the importance of collaboration with families and communities to promote children's growth. Ultimately, my role is to support each child's unique journey while fostering a love for learning that lasts a lifetime. The third question that you have for me says, what is the role of collaboration in professional practice? Collaboration plays a vital role in early childhood education as it enhances the quality of care and education provided to children. In my practice, I believe that teamwork among educators, specialists, and families is essential for creating a holistic support system tailored to each child's needs. Collaborating with other professionals such as speech therapists, occupational therapists, special education teachers allows us to address the diverse challenges that children may face. This multidisciplinary approach ensures that we consider the whole child, integrating various perspectives to provide the best support possible. This is also why I continue my education as an RBT as well, because I'm not just an educator. I also try to educate myself as well. Additionally, I actively engage families in educational processes. Establishing strong partnerships with parents and caregivers is crucial for fostering a sense of community and shared responsibility in a child's education. I encourage open communication through regular updates, newsletters, and family events, as I stated before. When families are involved, they bring value and insights about their child's strengths and needs, which helps inform my teaching strategies. I find that when families feel included, it enhances their child's motivation, engagement, and learning. Moreover, collaboration is about sharing ideas and resources. For example, I often participate in professional learning communities where educators come together to discuss best practices and share experiences. These collaborations not only enhance my professional growth, but also leads to improved outcomes for my students and my children that I work with. By working together, we can brainstorm solutions to challenges and celebrate successes, ultimately creating a richer learning environment for them. Collaborating is at the heart of effective early childhood education for me. I think that's super important. It strengthens our ability to meet the diverse needs of children and fosters a sense of community among educators and their families. This aligns with the NACCE standards, particularly Standard 6, which emphasizes the importance of collaboration and promoting children's developmental outcomes. Question 4 says, what strategies do you routinely utilize to ensure that you are critically reflecting on your own growth as an early childhood professional? Well, to ensure that I am critically reflecting on my own growth as an early childhood professional, I employ several intentional strategies. One of the most effective tools I use is maintaining a reflective journal. In this journal, I document my daily experiences, my thoughts, and my feelings about my teaching practices and each student. This reflective practice allows me to identify patterns, recognize areas for improvement, and celebrate my successes too. By reviewing my entries regularly, I can track my progress over time and set specific goals for my professional development. Additionally, I seek feedback from my colleagues and my supervisors. I value their perspectives and insights as they can offer constructive criticism that I may not see for myself. Engaging in peer observations is another strategy I find valuable. Observing my colleagues in action not only inspires me, but also provides an opportunity to discuss various teaching methods and strategies. This collaborative approach helps me refine my own practice and learn from strengths of others. Professional development is also a key component of my growth. I actively seek out workshops, conferences, and online courses that align with my interests and areas where I want to improve. Staying updated on the latest research and best practices in early childhood education is essential for my ongoing development. I also participate in local and national early childhood educational organizations which provide resources and networking opportunities. Finally, I engage in self-assessment by settling personal goals based on the NACCE standards. For instance, I may focus on improving my ability to promote family engagement and refine my strategies for supporting diverse learners. By regularly reflecting on my goals and progress, I can ensure that I continuously grow and evolve as an early childhood professional. And the last question says, briefly describe an issue that might be the focus of current or future advocacy efforts and explain why advocacy is a hallmark of professionalism in the early childhood field. One pressing issue in early childhood education is definitely the need for equitable access to quality programs, particularly from children from low-income families. I am originally from Brooklyn, New York, where we have a lot of low-income families, and I had recently moved to Florida. And the needs are very different. However, I still see that many families face barriers to access affordable, high-quality early childhood education, which can significantly impact a child's development and future success. Advocacy for policies that support universal access to early childhood education is crucial because it aligns with my belief that every child deserves the opportunity to thrive regardless of their socioeconomic background. It's something that children cannot control, and parents try their best to avoid. There's really not much that we can do, but try to find these resources and advocate for them and advocate for these families. Advocacy is a hallmark of professionalism in the early childhood education field because it demonstrates our commitment to the well being of children and their families. As early childhood educational professionals, we have the responsibility to speak up for those who may not have a voice, ensuring that all children receive the support and resources that they need. By engaging in advocacy efforts, we can influence policies that promote equitable access to education, funding for early childhood programs, and support for their families. In my experience, I have participated in local advocacy initiatives aimed at raising awareness about the importance of early childhood education. This has included attending community meetings, collaborating with local organizations, and sharing information with families about available resources. By actively participating in advocacy, I contribute to systematic changes that benefit all children, reflecting the core beliefs and values of the NACCE standards. Ultimately, advocating for equitable access to quality education not only supports individual children, but strengthens communities as a whole. It is my belief that when we work together to address these issues, we can create a bright future for all children, fostering an environment where they can thrive and succeed. Thank you so much for having me here today and for listening to all of my thoughts and my responses today.